I believe the NHS target for cancer treatment from urgent referral is 62 days. Well, mine was well over 100 days, and I can't quite believe how little of a hurry everyone seemed to be in. Things like waiting for an MRI scan or a CAT scan, or waiting for a biopsy to be done, and that gets through the system. All of these little minor delays just accumulate to make what for me was perhaps a delay that changed the course of my prognosis. I call it 100 days in hell, particularly waiting for diagnosis, not sure if you have cancer or not. That was, I'm going to say, harrowing. It was hard.
So I want to make 5 promises to you today. NHS waiting lists will fall, and people will get the care they need more quickly.
NHS waiting lists.
We have not made enough progress.
You failed on that pledge.
Yes. Look, we've invested record amounts in the NHS, more doctors, more nurses, more scanners. All these things mean that the NHS is doing more today than it ever has been, but industrial action has had an impact.
The Labour government will take immediate action to cut waiting lists. We'll provide an extra £1.1 billion to help the NHS beat the backlog.
My name is Nathaniel Dye, I'm 38 years old. I was diagnosed with stage 4 incurable bowel cancer in the autumn of 2022. I was born 3 months prematurely, and I spent the first few months of my life in an incubator, so this isn't the first time I've been in the caring hands of the NHS. This picture here is of me with my mother, who died 4 years ago of the same cancer, bowel cancer, and even every achievement I have now. Last week I won a national award for services to music education, and my overriding thought was, I wish Mum, you could see this, you'd be so proud. In October 2011, I lost my fiancée Holly to ovarian cancer. A lot of her story rings true with mine in a way, because she was told she was too young to have cancer, and after appointment was turned away. After contacting my GP and listing off all of the common bowel cancer symptoms, I was reluctantly given a blood test and a stool sample. I had to really fight for that, because I was seen as being too young to have cancer, and I had to say that my mother died of the same cancer, and I was really worried. That kick-started a process which, looking back on it, lasted far longer than I imagined it would. And so that was analysing the blood test and the stool sample, then going for a colonoscopy, which was about 6 weeks after the initial referral. Then a really agonising wait of about 2 to 3 weeks. Eventually I had an appointment, and when you come out of that room with that kind of life-shattering news, I can tell you, you come out a different person. This was my first toy that I got when I was born and in an incubator. Just before I started chemo, my sister presented this to me in our old family home and said, "This is your emotional support animal. You're going to do chemo together." I'm just on the way to my 3rd chemotherapy session, which is an infusion of various things like minerals and anti-sickness, and then comes the chemo for about 2 hours. After about 5 hours, it's time to go. That's assuming I don't have to wait in a waiting room for ages, because they're still mixing the chemo, stuff like that. So Thank you, sir. I can never sleep the night before chemo just because you worry about how it's going to go. Is a vein going to collapse? Is it going to feel absolutely horrible? I guess it is. You can resign yourself to that. Hello, Nathaniel Dye, 11:30.
Hello there.
But everyone involved, from receptionists to nurses to the volunteers doing the tea round, it's like you have to pass a niceness exam to be here. Everyone's just lovely.
Hello, Nathaniel.
Hiya.
Ready?
Yep, let's get this over with. Here we go. Thanks.
Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks
your
very much.
nurse today's Elsa, and
Oh.
she'll be with you shortly.
This is my favourite.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Do you have to pass a niceness exam to be on the chemo ward?
No, but you do have to pass a test. Yeah, I've just passed mine.
Really? Congratulations. I guess you've just passed yours again. Do you have to take it regularly?
No, because I told you I'm cardiology, aren't I?
Look, I don't remember. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've done cardiology for like 23 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I've come here, but because we've just been so short-staffed, I haven't had a chance to do my assessment, so I did that last week. Sharp scratch.
I'm hoping that after these 4 cycles, I'm just starting number 3, that means maybe they might leave me alone for a bit again, which means I might have a healthy summer. But what's keeping me hanging on through the absolute rubbish is I might just get a few months of freedom. What if I get a year? Maybe I'll write a symphony as a composer. Maybe the world will be my oyster again. I don't even dare hope for that, because hope is a dangerous thing now. Like, if I hope, I'll be disappointed, and I just can't bear being let down again.
There is no good time to strike. But the fact of the matter is, no doctor is worth 26% less than they were in 2008. Waiting lists have ballooned to over 7.6 million in the last 15 years. We don't have enough doctors. So the government's answer to that is apparently to cut our pay, but that's just going to drive more doctors away.
Thank you.
Thanks. Everyone is working so hard, maybe doing the work of more than one person. Chemo nurses are just the kindest people I've ever met. It's clear, however, that they are absolutely rushed on their feet. This is about patients receiving the care that they should. I remember with my partner's situation and my mother's just 4 years ago, there really wasn't this kind of delay. There was no question of when is the treatment coming. It just seemed to be there. But now there's clear evidence that I wasn't seen soon enough. And we can't be certain that that's ruined my life, but there's a real possibility.